What's going on, everybody? It's GAMEUNBOXINGREVIEWS here, and welcome back to another LEGO DC Supervillains video. So, in celebration of today being May the 4th, in this video I'm of course going to be showing you guys how to make Luke Skywalker from Star Wars The Return of the Jedi. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so to start off with, we're of course going to head into Appearance, Head, Head, and then Head again, and you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until you find Custom Head 16 in this skin tone right here. Then once you've done that, you're going to back out of there, go into Face Decal color, which is the color of the eyebrows, which we want to make sure are this color right here. For the wrinkle decal color, it should be this color on default anyway, but just make sure. And obviously we don't need any accessories, so of course we can back out of there, go into hair, and you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until you find this hairstyle. Now here's the thing, it's not perfect, I know that, but sadly we can't actually get Luke's official Lego hairpiece in this customizer. But still, if you make it this color and match it with the eyebrows, I think it looks really cool. Anyway, next up of course we're going to head into body, preset body, and you're going to scroll all the way to the top until you find the League of Shadows ninja body, which should be black on default, but just make sure. Now then, for the arms, we're just going to go ahead and go to both arms. We're going to select blank and you're going to make them black. For the hands, you're going to make sure that the left hand is matching the skin tone like this, while the right hand is of course going to be black. And finally, for the rest of the pieces, on the hips, I went ahead and gave him Captain Boomerang's hips in black like this, there we go. And for the legs, we're of course going to go with just blank in black. Nice. Now then, onto the effects. So we don't need a left hand glow or a right hand glow, and we're definitely not going to add hit impact effects, because basically later on in the video, we're of course going to be giving Luke the boomerang ability. So if you make a custom character that has both the boomerang ability and custom hit impact effects, it gives off this very weird visual glitch, which you do not want. So we're just going to leave that, but we are of course going to head into jump slam effects, turn that on, make sure that you go with style 1, and for the color, we're going to go with the default color for the hit impact effects, which is this gold one. It'll look like the sparks coming off the lightsaber, which is really cool. And speaking of which, before we move on into the abilities, we of course need to give Luke a weapon. So we're going to head into weapons, swords, sword type, and we're going to go up to the top until we find the katana. And for both weapon colors, we're just going to make sure that we go with this one right here. Yes, it's not a lightsaber, obviously they aren't in this game, but still I think it's kind of cool playing with this design with a green sword. It kind of works, I guess. I did it in LEGO Marvel Heroes 2 as well, and people seem to like that, so hopefully you guys like this design. Anyway, now of course what we're going to do is head on into the abilities. So we don't need to add any abilities to the tag button, but for the jump button we're going to go to double tap X, double jump, turn that on, and we're going to go with double jump style 4. And while we're at it, we'll also add the hyper jump ability on hold X as well. Now then, for the square button, we're just going to leave tap square, because obviously you'll actually want to be able to attack with the lightsaber. However, on hold square, we're going to add the boomerang ability. So you're going to turn that on, make sure that you go with style 1, and as of course you can now see here, you can actually throw the lightsaber, which is very cool. Now then, for the circle button, on tap circle, I went ahead and gave Luke bolt. So we're going to turn that on, make sure that you go with both hands as the bolt origin. For the bolt style, we're going to go with the first one. For the color, we're going to go with black. We're going to leave targeting, obviously, but for the damage type, we're going to go with an explosive bolt. And this is basically going to act as a force push. Obviously, it doesn't actually push an enemy, but still, I think it looks very cool. And finally, of course, we're going to go to hold circle, explosion attack, turn that on. Make sure that you go with explosion style 2. For the explosion effect, we'll go with the first one, which is this one right here. For the damage type, I think we'll go with a sonar explosion to make them more useful. And then for the explosion color, we're of course going to go with black, because obviously you can't actually see the force. Nice. Now then, onto the skills. So I don't ever recall seeing Luke Skywalker using a grapple gun in the movies. However, what I have seen him use is a grapple hook in A New Hope, and I think that's as much of a good excuse to actually give him a grapple gun in this game. So we're going to turn that on, make sure that the grapple gun color is this dark gray right here, and then for the rope type, we're going to go with the first one in this color. Nice. Now then, for the rest of the abilities, I think we'll go ahead and give him technology, acrobatics, wall climbing, mind control. Yes, definitely, we're going to make that black. We'll also do the same for telekinesis as well, so we're going to make that black too. We don't need smash walls or super strength, but I think we will add beam deflect. We don't need goon command, x-ray, graffiti, but we will add tracking, so we're going to turn that on, and instead of making it black like everything else, let's make it the same color as the lightsaber. Yes, now that looks very, very cool indeed. Now then, onto the personality. So for the health icon, I'm going to go with green, yet again as an obvious reference to the color of Luke's lightsaber. For the health type, we're going to go with standard health. For the voice, just choosing a male voice. For the speed, go with normal. For the target reticle, this was kind of hard to decide on, and I know I've been going with this one quite a lot lately, but I would say Livewire is probably the most Star Wars looking target reticle in this list. And yes, I can literally see the actual stars right here, but this one looks much better. And finally, for the animation, this doesn't matter because obviously when you give your character a weapon, it gives you a custom animation, so this is not necessary. Alright, cool, so we've done the appearance, the effects, the abilities, the personality, we've given him his lightsaber, so now all we need to do is fill in the basic information. So for the status we'll put hero, for the affiliation we'll put unknown, and then for the name we're obviously gonna put Luke Skywalker. Nice. Alright, cool, so now of course what we're gonna do is drop Luke into the hub world and see just what he can do. And here he is! This is of course my custom made Luke Skywalker from Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi, made in LEGO DC Supervillains. Let's just get a good look at him right here. Now yes, I will be honest, this is definitely one of my more simpler custom character designs, but still I think he turned out looking really cool. Definitely looks like Luke Skywalker from that movie to me at least. However, one thing that I would love to see in the future of character creators in LEGO video games is the ability to make a glowing weapon, because if we could take for example this katana here and make it a glowing green, it would allow us to make Star Wars characters so much easier, and obviously of course it would make them turn out so much better as well. Anyway, enough chit chat, what can he actually do? Well, of course he can jump and double jump in the air, as well as hyper jump, which I'll of course showcase more in a little bit. In terms of melee combat, of course he attacks using the green lightsaber. He can also do a double jump with this weapon, and of course he can also throw it as well. So if we come down here, we can target, I believe it's up to 5 objects in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there we go. Watch as it destroys everything in sight. Very, very cool. We've also of course got the force abilities, so you've got the force push when you tap circle like this. There we are, that's awesome. And finally, we have the coolest force ability, which is the more powerful one. So if we come over here, it's best to demonstrate it here because we can actually demonstrate it on an NPC. So you hold down circle and boom, there we go. Completely wipes them out with the force. Nice. Alright, cool. So now of course what we're going to do is head on into Metropolis and fight the police, because obviously this is LEGO DC Supervillains. We're not going to be stopping crimes, we're going to be the ones starting them. So in terms of Star Wars news, we have to talk about Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, which is of course coming this December. And despite the fact that we have literally only received one trailer for this movie, I still could honestly not be more excited about it. I mean, that scene where Rey manages to do a backflip over Kylo Ren's TIE fighter and likely do some serious damage to the ship was just epic in every sense of the word. And Kylo himself is brutal in this one, as we of course see when he slams that guy down into the ground using his lightsaber. And I've got to say, I absolutely love the fact that J.J. Abrams decided to bring back Kylo's helmet. Always loved that thing, and the red cracks that now make up the mask are definitely a cool twist on the original design. Of course, we also got some really cool surprises in this trailer, one of which was an appearance from Lando Calrissian himself, Billy Dee Williams. So great to see him back in that role again, even though he never actually left, because of course he's been voicing the character in multiple forms of Star Wars media for years now, but still, it's just nice to finally see him reprising his role in live action once again. Now, one thing that I'm especially excited about with this movie is the fact that it's an adventure film. No more splitting up and going to different planets, everyone is along for the same ride. Something that I do hope Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 also does, because of course, as we see in this movie's trailer, we've got Chewie, BB-8, his new pal Dio, C-3PO, Rey, Poe, and Finn all looking in the distance at what looks to be the remains of the second Death Star. And just when you think you can't get any more excited about this movie, they throw in a laugh from the one and only Ian McDiarmid, confirming that the Emperor will have some role in this film, which is just extremely exciting news. And Luke's line at the very end of the trailer where he says no one's ever really gone is very interesting, because who knows, maybe we'll see a few more familiar faces in the form of Force ghosts in this movie, because you have to remember, this is the end of the Skywalker saga, so JJ is essentially wrapping up a story that has spanned 9 movies, and I'd be surprised if the finale didn't pay homage to everything that has come before it. But of course, we will just have to wait and see. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Now overall, I am very happy with the way that this one turned out. Like I said, a much simpler design than what I'm used to making, but still, definitely looks like Luke Skywalker to me. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, but also if you'd like to see more more Star Wars custom characters like this one. However, what I will say is though that in LEGO DC Supervillains, I think it's harder to make Star Wars characters than it was in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. Yes, it has a better customizer in this one, but in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, I think we just had more of the right pieces to make specific characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi and things like that. But still, I have managed to make a very cool looking Emperor in this game. So if you guys would like to see that, let me know, as I'd love to hear your thoughts. Anyway guys, as always, I want to thank you all very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon, and as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.